Oh Lord, why do I use the term chipping out? Okay, so my stalker who originally from Detroit, but listen, the Phoenix and Scottsdale area was upset years ago that me and another YouTuber, Hybrid Vigor, used the word chimp out. Because it was a war between Hybrid Vigor and Blasky Amazing. Hybrid is part Afro Caribbean and part white Canadian, um, and he's from Canada. And so him and this dark skinned brother who identify as mainly black, but he does have mixed background, have a light skinned mother and a dark skinned father who lived in suburbs, named Blasky Amazing. They got into it and I agreed with Hybrid Vigor saying chimping out at him. But when I was on the and I know Go to God I mentioned her, but I'm gonna tell my story. You know, it's not gonna edit my story. It's my story, okay? When I was on Go to Guys in multiracial movements, these two females, they happened to be part of the Golden Spirit, and I was not trying to join. I'm trying to find out who was behind taking my channel down, besides Bluish Dollar and his racist Latino friends. So I'm spy on different. That's why I was on different apparently, like, no, and all that. I didn't have a channel and I had to speak my mind. But I also was channel hopping because I'm trying to find out who is behind this conspiracy taking my channel. And thank God I got my channel back once the witch, Susan Chosky, ended up dead, okay? Yeah, Susan Chosky is the CEO, that bitch. And she died in my birth month too. 2024. Dang, her and Mariah Carey's sister Allison and Mariah Carey's mother Patricia died the same month. Ooh, in the same year, 2024, 2025. 2025, excuse me, 45. I said born 7, I said 25. Lord have mercy. That was 2005. Okay. So, anyway, and so I'm not to celebrate people's death, but I'm glad that I called her out, Susan Wachowski, on my podcast, and then she retired as CEO, and next thing she was sick, and her son died of a drug overdose. Okay, CEO, YouTube. Okay, and I know a reason why that the stalker is behind this. The YouTube channel taking out and me and the victim on his birthday is because when me and Blue Shaw was going at it, I exposed that the DNA test based on race is attainment value. There's no evidence. People need to stop lying and getting fraud. They're passing out people with DNAs, and you can get false accused for crime, for forensic fraud. If one needs police officers, one such. I kid you not, they sell people DNA, and then I'm glad they're showing videos of people's animals sent their DNA. They part African American, part Native, part Jewish, and part. It's like how the animal, the lizard, and the dog compete these things. Shout out to the people who do that, but that was still so. The reason why I'm saying is because Susan Wachowski's sister, Annie ain't okay. Chosky, and Michael Jackson ain't okay. Well, her ass on 23andMe. So if she hears someone talking bad about her company, the company that do this fake DNA test based on race stuff, because only DNA test is real when it comes to relatives. You know, grandma, baby mom, baby daddy, brother, sister, cousin, distant cousin. That's on time because it's only accurate when it comes to relatives, family, like your father, your sister. You're not the father, okay? That's why, not on race or ethnicity. That's why they had different results. We go different DNA companies, and I'm glad that I exposed a lot of people exposed it, and people in the biological community had exposed this for years. And that's why it's cheap to get DNA tests now. So back in 2003 and 4, you had to pay $200. But when 60 Minutes exposed this back in 2007, shout out to the law professional exposing DNA test is not real, okay, when it comes to race. And then DePaul University's Professor William Gallagher said this DNA test based on race 10 years later, 2017, is a team value when it comes to race and ethnicity. There's no, that's why when you go to Instant.com or 23andMe or Instant DNA, African Ancestry.com, your DNA test is going to be different you one part European, but then next thing they just say that you're 200% European. I'm just giving you how they do it. Okay, it's not the accurate, but how they, you know what I'm saying. They did this to Jessica Alba. You know Jessica Alba, the mixed race white skin. Yeah, she's white skin. She's mixed. Her mother is white. Her dad is Afro mestizo Mexican American. Okay, her DNA test in 2010, right? I thought 2009. Lopez Nye said she was mostly white, with a couple DNA tests of Native American and no African and Asian. Lord have mercy. But 2014, when Henry Lyon asked Gate Jr. on Find Your Roots PBS, she was 2.4 African and some Asian and Arab. And I'm like, okay, how the hell she did DNA different? Because it's not real. And you knew she was part black with them damn big lips and wide nose. I thought she was Puerto Rican when she was a dark angel. But no, she's part Mexican and part white American. So, and her Mexican father is Afro mestizo, triracially African, Spanish, and they like many Mexicans really like her. Not to admit that, and other Latinos as well. The main mixture is white, Spaniard, Indigenous, and African. And she do have them black ass features. Now, of course, I think she had some surgery done. Okay, but back when she was in her dark age days, you remember Kaya came out, my neck and my back. Okay, that was on soundtrack. Okay, do it now. My neck, my back. My neck, my back. Eat my cookie and my crack. Okay, and then she said, eat my pussy and my crack. That's nasty. That's an unedited version, okay? But Kaya came out with that song, okay? It was on Dark Angel soundtrack. I forget that back in the day, okay, in 2002. So when she was on Dark Angel, talking about Jessica Alba, people and she do have them. She got plastic surgery over the years, but she did have black features. Okay, her big lips and wide nose. That's the Afro Mexicana in her. Besides, she had dishes of Spaniard on her dad's side, but her mama's white. Okay, white American, full blown white. So she's mixed, and I've heard some people Latinos say she's like a white girl. Stop messing with the coco. And shout out to the Afro Latino rapper LGC Genesis. Yes, he's Afro Latino. He's Belizean. His last name is Flores. Otis Flores. Yes, dark skin, Afro Latino, Afro Hispanic. I'm in love with the coco. Okay, stop messing with the coco or mota or meth or kush or whatever. K2 kush. Please leave it alone. Fentanyl because you blind. That girl not no damn white girl. People had disrespected her because she didn't look white. She talks about that. Yes. She not no damn white girl. Because she had a slave. I said, why I say slavery? The plastic surgery over the years. Go look at her old pictures. Baby, she had that wide Negro Jackson 5 nostrils and them big ass lips. And that's why she was chosen to play a yellow bone sister girl, Adolph's FBA yellow bone sister girl in Honey Daniels. Is it Honey McDaniels or Honey, whatever her name was? Okay, it wasn't Honey Sanchez or Gomez. Okay, Lopez. It was Honey Daniels. And she had two high yellow parents who Adolph's FBA. Okay, y'all, they picked her. Leah supposed to play a role, but Leah, it said it was sacrificed. Okay, we know she was sacrificed. Okay, she was. You know what I'm saying? They who playing reggaeton here? Okay. All right, let me get back to the subject. Okay, they play reggaeton out here. Okay. Um. So anyway, so the point I was trying to say is that she played in her DNA test was inconclusive. Uh, they were not correct. Okay, one will say she's not black at all, and then the next one, the black come out, and the Arab and Asian come. Like, damn, because it's not real. Is it real? In my J Cole? Is it real? It's not real. In my Rachel in school, it ain't even real. Okay, you know, in school days when it was arguing the wannabes and jigaboos and then Spike Lee, yeah. It ain't even real. You heard it ain't even real. Well, it ain't real. Is it real? It ain't real. It ain't real. The way I'm telling the truth. Ooh, 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 ooh. It ain't real. So please accept the truth. Okay, J-Lo and Ja Rule. Okay. It ain't even real. Wasting all your damn money. And Annie okay is not doing okay financially, either legally, because I think she had the OTC, the the Trade Commission, whatever it called, yeah, they going after her ass. FTC, I said OTC, the FTC, the federal, after her ass, lying ass bitch. So do you see why I'm being stalked besides the R. Kelly thing? Because I suppose a lot of truth in my channel, and I told one of their little stupid ass customers, bullshit out that he was lying, and I'm not mixed, but I am. And then next thing he sent 3 racist Latino goons to go palm bomb my channel, and next I lose my channel. But I got my channel back. Shout out to the Indian brother, East Indian brother, who's the CEO of YouTube. Yeah, and okay, the wicked witch is dead. Her bitch ass is dead. No, for offense, anybody who ever says when you fuck up my business, I don't get God forgive me. I don't give a fuck what happened to your bitch ass. She ended up dead. Then why everybody was in the comment section trashing the bitch. They weren't respecting the dead because she done a lot to Super Chowski done a lot to the YouTube community. And I remember white man used to call all time bitches worse sound worse than the gangster rap album. He called all time bitches, hoes, everything white dude on YouTube show there. I like the video. Then there was a petition to get rid of her. I saw that petition. I showed to get rid of her bitch and she stepped down. Then 2 years later she ended up dead. No, the next year ended up dead. Bitch, leave my shit alone. Bitch, I said what I said, my Doja Cat voice. Get my damn nuts. You over here, you know I put on porn on my damn channel. I might like Madonna and we are 2 days apart until all my birthday situations here, business here. Okay, Leos, but I'm not putting erratic. Okay, on my damn. Do you see me butt ass naked doing some sex? This is not Madonna's sex book, 1992, bitch. Thank you. You see me put some naked, some nude pictures of penis in my. Do you see that shit? No. So that I would never do that. And I ain't doing put no gay porn up this damn channel. Them race Latino dudes were friends with bluish dollar. They the one Antonio Batista was one of them. What's the other one? Guillermo, the Colombian dude. Yes. He was the one putting in. Some other person said it was the Extina, Mexican boyfriend. Extina is the Dominican woman, American woman who does makeup line. She also talk about history. She's very intelligent, Dominican American Latina Hispanic woman. But racist Latinos in the Hispano tips, they don't like her, and it's a whole nother. So someone was putting her name is Extina Mexican boyfriend, and they put porn on the penis and stuff, and people or having oral sex, and YouTube thought it was me. No, I asked them to come on the channel so we can argue. It's funny how these dudes chicken out, chimp out, punked out, and then want to argue with me. If I invite you on a panel to argue, your bitch ass supposed to be a man supposed to do it. Not supposed to put no damn porn and run like a little bitch. That's some punk ass shit. You should have came and talked to him because I actually pull up and let's argue. Come on face to face on this panel. But no, you ran like a bitch and put some gay porn. And you're gonna put some porn, at least you can put a Playboy magazine, some penthouse. Sure, you could got some new pictures of them Playboy bunnies. I used to look at Playboy when I was 10 years old. Yes, I did. Was not supposed to, but I did. Okay, thank you. And Penthouse, see, I know about that. Thank you. Could have got some new pictures of some girls that was on Playboy magazine with Hugh Hefner. Make sure they was of age, because he was messing with, he was doing the R. Kelly too. Talking about, yeah, I'm not suggesting that. I'm saying, but yeah, I forgot that Hugh Hefner it was a pedophile. Did not know that. Yo, yes, Brooke Shields talked to her about that. She's 10 years old. Mm-hmm. Take a big thank you. Her mammy. And he the one created the Playboy tunnels. They really lived in Diddy's house. Well, remember, but Warren Beatty was friends with him. Go do your research, y'all. Shout out to Allie Carter. She exposed that. This is years before Celeste Dance ended up dead in David's house. Showed it in the Hollywood Hills. In Halle Berry's old house. Get a superstar. That is what you are. That movie she played with William Brady, okay? You might sing a song with Paz. Get a superstar. That is what you are. Come on. Okay, all right, thank you. All right. What's that movie called? I forgot what it's called. Yeah, It Begins with a B. But anyway, that was the movie that she played with Warren Beatty, okay? It's weird because Halle Berry and Leo is husband Madonna, and Madonna did the Vogue before she was doing her Blonde Ambition tour, and she was in Warren Beatty movie Dick Tracy. And Madonna started being more thottish after Dick Tracy and Vogue. Yeah, she was trying to show a little bit after Like a Prayer. And she was doing an Express Yourself, right? She was trying, but then after the Like a Prayer album and Express, she was on the Dick Tracy soundtrack on Breathless, and she started to be more risque and sexy and sexual and vulgar in her Blunt Ambition. Then she came out Just By My Love. Then she came out with the erotica and sex for erratic. Put your hands on my body, erratic. So my thing is to the Wachowskis. Uh, I love me some of them, but do you see me have a sex book on here, to make it erotic? Put your hands on my body, erratic. Do you see that? Erratic, erotica. Keep on. If you justify my love, Lenny Kravitz sing back up. That was Lenny Kravitz. My love, ready. Okay, for you to justify my love, justify my love. I'm open. Just for my love. Okay, when she got banned from MTV. Thank you. These trolls came in and invade. You didn't have a rule against that. Whoever do that to the YouTube channel, your channel get taken out, not the person you trying to palm ball. Thank you. If I want, do you see erotica? Okay, comma and vote. Let your body groove to the music. Hey, 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 come on, express yourself. You got to make her express herself. Hey, 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 okay? If you want it right now, make it show you how. Express what it's got. Ready, ready, and now. Okay, it's yourself, okay? Do you see me naked with chains on the bed, okay? Thank you. Sex book, erotica, give it up, give it up, romance. I like to give you in, I like to put you in a trance. Over. Okay, do you see that in her? Thank you. If I did want to put some sex stuff, erotic, put you, okay, thank you. Then you would take the channel down if I was showing my dick and everything, but I'm not doing it. Erotica. Give it up, romance. Okay. I stand by was doing Madonna 1990 something, okay? Shit. Okay? Okay, remember? Yeah, thank you. The girly show, as she did deeper and deeper and express herself with that blunt afro wig, they did like an orgy scene. Yeah, I'll never forget that, baby. I watched that the girly show tour. Okay, I didn't want to get in trouble because I was at my grandparents' house and my grandparents was asleep. I didn't want them to see Madonna and her one of the Asian girls that was in her. I don't forget, and the sister too. They had a crop haircut, and I saw some breasts. Some breasts. Okay, thank you. And it was on HBO. I don't forget back in '93 when she did that tour. Okay, remember it was one of the girls from Bye Bye Baby Bye when she came out in '93 at the MTV Awards. I don't forget. Remember she had that crip do rag, not do rag, banana on. She had a crip do rag. We didn't know that she was secretly dating Tupac. Tupac was West Coast, right? Was he blood? And then Suge was blood. And Snoop was Crip. Okay, dang. Okay, so the Bloods came together during the after the Ryder King riots. Right. Okay, it showed it. But anyway, let's get back to the subject. Okay, but to YouTube, do you see me showing my penis? Thank you. Having sex on camera. Do you see that shit? No. I'm not Madonna. Bitch, I'm not Madonna. Okay, thank you. Over here trying to take my channel down, baby. Okay? I grew up in the Madonna era. I was in middle school. Erratic. Erratic. Erotica. Give it up. Give it up. Romance. I like to put you in a trance. Or if you justify my love. My love. That's Nick Kravitz. Yeah. Nick Kravitz was going. He was singing his soul out. Justify my love. Open. Justify my. Yeah, Nick Kravitz is the one that did the backup to Justify My Love. Uh, uh. If you. And he was married to Lisa Bonet, okay? And remember Buddy X? We were talking about mixed race stuff. Remember Buddy, because he's part white Jewish, and so it's Lisa Bonet. They the real bluish, the good bluish people. Okay, not they ain't bluish at all. Thank the Lord. But Mia X, I said Mia X, Nina Cherry, Buddy X, one of my friends. Yeah, yeah. Remember she took up. Okay, and speaking of mixed race music, in March Racial Heritage Week was like a couple of days ago. Okay, did you? Is this June? Okay, I'm doing this after, so it's not June anymore. It's June 20th, right? Okay, it was still the celebration of that. Nina Cherry, Buffalo stands to give you a little history lesson. Okay, I know I'm being long winded. Um, Somehow she was with Lenny Kravitz, which broke it up. Cause did Lenny Kravitz mess with Madonna too? I'm not trying to make rumors, but I think that's why they broke up. Okay, before Zoe was born, before Zoe was born, right? Okay, because Lisa Bonet broke up his ass. No offense to Lenny Kravitz, but don't be cheating on Lisa Bonet. Okay, she don't play that man. She just let her carbon get alone. Okay, thank God she was. Well, hope she was no victim of Cosby. Okay, but anyway, but then Cherry, she's part white too. Okay, part black, and she's from English, and she part Swedish. Okay. Well, anyway, that Cherry took them panties off. Okay, remember it was the female versus the male, I remember I watched this back in '93 when I was in middle school. With my friends, yeah, and at the video, she took her pants out underneath her dress. Okay, y'all forget that Christina Aguilera was doing the same thing with her little Kim. What about what's called um the it's on her Extina album. I'm trying to think. Shout louder. Yeah, it came out. Yeah, it's funny. It came out 10 years later, 93 times 3. Uh, 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 um, uh, uh, it, um, can't do it. Something like that. So it's about women empowerment in the street. Remember, they had the block, the scene where see Aguilera, she's mixed too. She's part Hispanic and part white. She's part Ecuadorian. Remember, she put the water hose between her legs like it's a penis, and like she was nutting on the dude, and the dude with the bean boom box was trying to get okay. What's the song? Can't do it. Something like that. Where it's shout louder. Y'all know her, little Kim Collab, little Kim part named America. She's meets with named America. Okay, shout out to little Kim, Queen B. And people say that's my song. Can't go. No matter what people say. My people was my favorite. That was my therapeutic song, Charles. Okay, in the millennium. No matter what people say, I gotta go. That's my song, baby. I love me some little Cam. Can't do look Cam can't beat. Okay. Uh, Okay. So anyway, let's get to. I'm not trying to entertain y'all, but I'm saying that just to give you a little history lesson. It's funny 10 years later, 1993, Buddy X come out. And then the song came out on Christina Aguilera's 2002 album, but it was came out 2003. We Can't Do Without Us. It's a y'all don't talk about her Lil Kim collab on that song, okay? Um, I forgot what the name of the song. Y'all don't, yeah, I like that song, baby. She like a jerk her hairstyle. You know what I'm saying? Because she was trying to look more ethnic. You know what I'm saying? She was trying. Yeah, she was. Christina Aguilera was trying to darken her hair, get a tan. You know what I'm saying? And she do wear weave. She wear weave extensions. Okay, extensions. She did wear the braids and stuff. Because everybody thinks she's just a typical white girl. She's mixed. Her dad's Latino. Okay, he's Ecuadorian. Okay, she's not a full-blown white girl. Okay, her mama's a full-blown white woman. Okay, um, hold on. What a girl wants, what a girl needs. You know, when she came out with Xtina, the album, and she had it was called Strip. Yeah, it was called Strip. It was called Strip, and it was they started calling her Xtina when she started showing more adult content. Remember her Dirty with Redman. Okay, get dirty, wanna get dirty. No, that's my song. Overtouch, coming through. We and my girls gonna shake the groove. DJ, no, that's my song. Let's get dirty. At first, I hated the song because, like, no, because you got young girls looking up to you. But then MTV, I guess it did witch spell on me, and had me liking the song. Okay, dirty, wanna get dirty. Then I will admit my little freaky side that I keep a secret was coming out to that song, baby. Overtime, getting some coming through. In the mood. I know my baby, I love that song. Okay, then it's beautiful, no matter what they say, baby. Baby, you can tell. Christina Aguilera, okay? Yes, she's mixed. Okay, remember Ecuadorians do have Spain and black in them too. Okay, they're African mestizos too. Okay, majority Latinos are African mestizos mixed. Okay, she came out white passing. I can see she like a white girl, not Jessica Alba. Okay, not Selena Gomez, but she Aguilera, she can pass for white. She can pass for white. Wow. Okay, ain't nobody. You know, okay. And you know why I like that song? Because I was modeling for Laura Productions 20 years ago in El Paso, Texas. My first modeling gig was the back to school at Sella Vista Mall, that first weekend of August. And we was all after we got dressed up for our clothes, and the DJ was playing that song, and we were all dancing to the song. Baby, I love it. Christine Aguilera, baby. Okay. God. And so, go with a bad ass. Ain't no better man but you. Ain't no better man. She was a James Brown to, baby. She rocked that damn song, baby. 2006, 20 years ago, baby. Christina Aguilera. Christina Aguilera, baby. What a girl wants, genie in the bottle. Okay. So, anyways, get back to the subject. Okay. Back to the subject. Okay. So, my thing is that they did not like the fact that I exposed that on my channel, and I guess that it will make the customers be wise to not buy them damn stupid ass DNA tests, and they had to shut me up by sending somebody to put porn on my channel to shut down my channel. And if I continue to come on YouTube, send a goon to come after me. Remember, the stalker from Detroit is not the first stalker. But the last stalker that died with cancer, skin cancer, who's 4 months older than me, John Corns, who's not Mexican, John Corns. Oh my God, I said my fifth white grandfather's name. Corns, John Horst. No, Horst. No, John Horst with a T. Okay. John Horst was my stalker, and he was from Arizona. had connections in California, and he moved to California. He was a software engineer, and he had connection with Silicon Valley. And he was stalking me in 2017, 16, 17, 17, 18. He's friends with he was trying to be friends with like a Latino. He was friends with Stephen Rose, a white skin racist dude. Is friends with Kim 123. Okay, who's Mexican Peruvian, the other race Latino guy. So he had connection, and I even looked at him as connected to the what happened with Bird Martinez. I'm glad she's healing. Is she doing okay? Yeah, Bird Martinez. Okay. Well, anyway, Bird Martinez, shout out to her. She's walking and stuff. I think she is walking. She's doing better. Um, After her brother-in-law has stabbed her, okay, when she spoke to him, and the colorism, of her husband's family. So, and she was exposing the racist, like, race things that happen in Latino culture, and she's from California, and she's also Afro mestiza and Asian too. Okay, that's her family tree. Yeah, the DNA test is not real. It said that she was that, but historical. If any Hispanic person who's Mexican have Asian, remember the Asian of the fourth blood to Mexico, like the third blood's African. Okay, the third root. Okay, come on now. Okay, the Asians did come later on, but not as a lot. You know what I'm saying? But the main groups was indigenous, Spaniard, and Africans. So that if you know about true Mexican history, okay, even one of the famous Mexican singers, Ana Gabriel, she's part Chinese. Some of y'all don't know your history. Anyway, yeah, yeah, she's part Chinese. Ana Gabriel, okay. So let's get back to the subject. But like I was saying, that's why. So I know, and John Horst died in December of 2021, after months after my child was taken out. But he was stalking me too. I confronted him on my birthday weekend after I got evicted the first time of August 2019, and he left me alone. Cause I told him I regret, because that. Yeah, I told him that I did contact Ventura Sheriff's Department, Ventura County Sheriff's Department, California, about his behavior back in April during Easter weekend. Making racial stuff at me and saying I'm, the bullying that. But I realized when I did rabbit hole on him, he was from Valencia, Arizona, and he moved to Ventura, California, but Ventura County, California. However, his dad used to stay there, and no, his dad's last name is not Hernandez. I did research. No, no, no. The last name is Horse. He was a full-blown white man. He was being racial Rizal. To me, he was a fake Hispanic. Trying to say he was Hispanic. No, he's not. He's not. I'm glad I found. It's funny. I have a Spanish but I can show you that my fourth grandfather was a black Spanish real, a real. However, where's your Hispanic roots? He deceased now. There was Hernandez and his family. Shut up. Like, don't come at me and you lied to these Mexican gang members down there. Chicano gang members said that you were a light skinned Latino and you was adopted. Dude, you pinche mentiroso way. You did now, but like, stop. That was, he darkened himself. I could tell him tan and trying to look like a darker, but Latino dude with this light skin, Latino Chicano, but darker, and trying to he have blue eyes, trying to emulate a more European looking Mexican dude. Yeah, the weirdos. Yeah, no, that was a full blown white man. Okay, who was assimilating to Mexican culture and lying that he was Mexican. He ain't no damn Mexican. He wasn't know that he did now. He was a full blown white boy. Probably Nazi lowrider gang member, that down there in California, and they're very prominent down there in California. So yes, they are. Um, but he had a criminal record, and he worked as software engineer, and he had connection too. So I said, oh, what it is? Somebody from Silicon Valley is after me for talking too much truth. But when the R. Kelly thing came in, remember they got connection with R. Kelly too. It's pedophile ring. And then next thing is stalker from Detroit. He has connection with Chris Stokes. Was out there harassing Raz B. Okay, I tell this, but it's my business when you come after me. And I see, because remember Chris Stokes and Diddy and RK wrote a song, Bump, Bump, Bump. So now I see why. Because RK got locked up. Just let it be known that I got evicted on Jennifer Lopez's birthday the first time. and just let you know that the dark skinned brother was with R. Kelly, the crisis mentioned why he quit his job 2 days before I got evicted and moved to Houston. And I found later on he's Mr. Johnson's from Houston. The dark skinned guy with long dreadlocks, yeah. Darrell Johnson, yeah, that guy, yeah, yeah. He got connections, he got family in Houston. He was scamming people. He got arrested. Lying ass, scamming ass. Now he locked up. Yeah. So why? And I believe what it was to get me beat, to get me killed for exposing R. Kelly. That R. Kelly's skin tone is lighter than his dark skinned brother, and that was not his dark skinned brother. Kelly on that sex tape. I didn't know. I didn't watch it because it's against the law to watch it because what's her name? Rashonda was a minor, right? Now she's 41 years old, right? Because she born 1942, because she born 1984. Um, but she was a little girl back then. But when R. Kelly said that was his brother, I'm like, why isn't it you and your brother's dark skin? You're not dark skin. You're camera skin tone. You're light brown, like medium light brown skin. So why, how the hell you not light skin, but you lighter brown, right? You're not dark skin, okay? You're not West Night color. So how the hell that's not you? And yes, I think, yeah, I noticed this too. He was getting darker, like and he not putting no sunscreen on, yeah, getting hyperpigmentation from the sun, playing basketball so people can try to. I'm like, nigga, don't even try that. Don't try to darken yourself so people can think that's not you on the tape. That's your brother who's naturally darker than you. You was the lightest one. Teresa and you was the lightest one besides Bruce, who came out with dark skin and green eyes, okay? You gotta have different daddies, okay? However, you're not gonna fool me, okay? So, and that's why Leah was sacrificed, y'all, because she was the evidence of his crime, okay? Because he did make her lie that she was 18. So, that's the reason why that she was sacrificed. Okay, and if you keep saying Jay Z was involved, I don't know that's true, but I don't believe Jay Z was involved. What I noticed, this is what I believe: Jay Z and R. Kelly was doing the Both Worlds tour, right? And of course, Jay Z has allegations because Foxy Brown was underage. I'm like 1 year younger than Foxy Brown. Hot spot, hot spot. That's my song about okay. And she's also mixed too. She's part Asian and African descent from Trinidad. She East Indian, Chinese, and black from Trinidad. And she's dark skinned, but she's still mixed. Um, and yes, Jay Z's mixed too. His mother is Jamaican, but his father was Creole, coming from Beaumont, Texas, and Louisiana. Shout out to Algie, the brown skin Creole brother who exposed that years ago. Yes, Lil Flip and Bun B are cousins, Creole cousins to Jay Z. Yes, they are. Y'all folks, I know that. And I know it's scary because Pimp C is the season he died on Jay Z's birthday. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. But anyway, that's this. Yeah. But Jay Z is mixed up. I'm just where this too. The big said he's French Creole roots, but in Louisiana on his daddy's side. So he's ADOS FBA. So part in part Jamaica. Actually, him and Aaliyah got a lot of come because she's African American, Native American on her mom's side, and her dad was Jamaican. Yeah, yeah. Michael, they call him Miguel Halton, was Jamaican American. Yeah. Anyway, but let's get back to such. So, no, I don't think that Leah was killed for Beyonce replacement. I don't believe that. What happened is the Bob World's tour was going on, and yes, it was alleged, and they trying to say it, but I do believe they were on Epstein Island because it was say it was on the Fiesta remix, okay? At the party on St. Okay, Fiesta, okay. So my, okay. Well, before we know who Epstein was, R. Kelly, like this, dumb criminal. Let's say we all were bank robbers. And R. Kelly, we educated about how to hide from the law. and highlight crimes. But this one, the dummy, don't know how to highlight crimes. So he exposed the crime and try to act like the crime did not happen, but he just exposed it. Or he showed clues to expose it. And next thing we all found guilty. Well, the person that exposed it even wasn't not intentional, but it was dumb and stupid because when he didn't finish high school and he has dyslexia, caused the crime to be exposed. So you're gonna get rid of the person who right because they messed up your business. Okay, well that's why I don't believe that Jay-Z had Aaliyah killed. Yes, Aaliyah did date him, but she dated Dame Dash. Jay Z had a bunch of girls, okay, a bunch of women, okay. He had Emil, Jigga who, Jigga what, her, and other women out there. So he don't need Aaliyah like that, right? You know what I'm saying? So what got Aaliyah killed was that she was physical evidence in R. Kelly album, The Chocolate Fat was coming out, and that's Untimatola the Devil. Yep, because his job records for Sony at the time, and they got a big project, and next thing this sex gonna come out. They all knew about this, but it came out, so somebody has to go because now everybody investigating. Okay, you were crying. So we got you. Okay, okay. Well, so Sony Records, you knew that he was a pedophile. That means we got to investigate y'all. See why Michael doesn't call that man a devil, and then we find Epstein was somehow connected to Tom Mottola. Okay, so yes, remember because R. Kelly was supposed to be in the girlfriend, but it got Will Smith, and Will Smith is friends with Chris Stokes, which makes sense why Jaden wears a skirt and what's the name who bald headed now who said whip her hair back and forth and who was singing with Machine Gun Kelly and I'm in love with the emo girl with Lassie and Tank. Even if you're in that doggone damn video, it makes sense. Okay, all right, it makes sense. The Scientology was found by a Luciferian. Shout out to Joy V of exposing that. Yes, because she's Church of Scientology. Not Christian Science. Christian Science is a different religion, different denomination. Scientology, Church of Scientology, and Christian Science are two different denominations in the same. But yes, she was part, and a lot of celebrities belong there. You cannot tell on nobody if they are guilty of a sex abuse crime. Cannot snitch. Shout out to Lee Rayner, whatever her name. I can't say her name. She's Italian. She's Jennifer Lopez's friend. She came out of that cult. Okay, so yes, it's Scientology. So that makes sense. I'm in love with the emo girl. I'm sorry, and the red table talk, Gabby and Jada. They said Jada picked the witch too. Mark Anthony broke the marriage up. No, got broken up because Jada was in the bed. But y'all had an open marriage. Oh Lord, that why the kids acting wild. Okay, no, listen, you better not pop me in the face. I'm not a Chris Rock. But going back to that, yeah, so he was supposed to be in girlfriend, but he was locked up for the sex tape. Talking about R. Kelly, but they put Will Smith to be in his place. It was supposed to be, what I'm saying, it was supposed to be similar to with Ron Isley, and the song Down Low and the song with Kelly Price, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she was a Fremont remix, okay. And now Kelly Price is going after some issues to this witch after her and threatening her. You know what I'm saying? They after Kelly Price. They are. She was Sony too, singing back up with Mariah Carey. Remember? Okay. She was big when she was singing in emotions, and if you had a bit of friend, she had short hair. Then it was Kelly Price, but she branched out to be her own artist. Okay, she was a friend of mine, but the remix was slow version, the R. Kelly version. Okay, so Mariah Risley. Okay, Osley, excuse me, Osley Brothers. Okay, Mr. Big. So it's supposed to be similar to that, but they couldn't do it because if Mr. Big was supposed to show Will Smith was supposed to be um, going against, yeah, I think they had Vivica A. Fox coming at the female version of you're working with Mr. B. Yeah, girlfriend, girlfriend. Okay, so that's how I know. So the stalker is connected. Remember, that's how I know about this. No, but one thing the dude born in '87 when I was leaving first grade. Remember I failed the first grade, and he born in '87. I was going to the eighth grade, going to second grade, probably in third grade. We're turning 8 years old. I'm 8 years older than this guy. So I kept up with the entertainment industry when the dude was in high school. Okay, he 1 year older than my cousin. Okay, on my dad's side. So what the hell, you stalking me and don't think I don't have music? I remember I watched MTV, BET, and VH1, and my grandma used to get mad at me, and my aunt too used to get mad at me watching videos a lot because I was in love with the entertainment industry. And I wanted to be see why it become because all this entertainment stuff going on. Um, but the reason why I brought this up is because he brought up, and I give you a backstory of this. Yeah, I had to give a backstory of this, okay? That the chimp out. Okay, I am not anti-black, okay? But when I hit the streets after they did witchcraft voodoo spell on me to be homeless due to R. Kelly getting locked up, okay? They put semen on my porch on Leah's 40th birthday. That's how I know this is all connected, okay? The truth of the matter is, I saw a bunch of crazy fake brothers. You could not, like I said, I slept in the white wealthy areas. They're mixed, but mainly white wealthy. Just in case a crime did happen, the police was right there, right in downtown, where all these missing bodies by the bayou of homeless people. I do believe it's a serial killer. I know that Sean Tier, the DA, says nah, and man, with my I don't care. I've been on the streets, and those some people are missing. Um, some organ harvesting cases as well. They after arc and homeless people. That's why I see that California has a lot of homeless people. And yes, because if the homeless are vulnerable and lost don't go watch them, then some demonic cult that has money is going to kidnap them and then sell their organs to a corrupt a doctor for a wealthy person to get an organ. And yes, I do believe, in my opinion, Celeste was also killed because it's time for Selena Gomez to get another kidney. Remember, her husband is friends with David, right? Okay, yes. This is my opinion, okay? I have a right to have my own opinion first. I mean, I'm not saying it's the gospel truth. No, I do believe, yes, she was going to expose David because he was cheating on her, but they wanted that to happen, okay? She was a sacrifice. She was a sacrifice for his. Remember, she was killed the day of his release party. So that's sacrifice. These demonic sacrifices, okay? Satanic sacrifices. So they knew she gonna run her mouth, okay? And they said, okay, run your mouth. We gonna use the sacrifice and get a kidney. That's what I believe what happened. Because it's time for Selena Gomez to get a new kidney. It's been almost 10 years, right? Remember, and I find it weird that her veal fetish came out on my stalker's birthday, 30th birthday. I find that weird. Yes. Fetish for my love with her Gucci man. And yes, remember she's in that video on the freezer. Then Kanisha, I said Kanisha. Kanika was killed in that freezer in Rosemont. Here goes Chicago. The Ark and Harvest. Yes. Okay. And Bill Murphy is a play uncle. He owns a restaurant. Okay. That sounds suspicious. Her stepdad, who's white, is part of Chicago Police Department. I heard Zach TV exposed that he ended up dead. Okay. That's too much. Okay. But now you see, yeah, I do believe that Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco, and he's not Latino, he's a white Jewish man. Okay. Um, Maybe has something to do with that. And it's my opinion. Remember, he the one signed David with Interscope, and that's a demonic. Remember, murder was the case. Snoop Dogg shooting the Ethiopian American gangster in self-defense. Murder and Jimmy Iovine. Okay, so I'm glad about the Jimmy Iovine because gangster rap in the Hollywood Hills where Celeste was killed. Okay, Hollywood Hills, they had a meeting in a hotel, private meeting. with either a mansion or either a hotel with all the record exile in prior prison. And they wanted to promote gangster rap so they can make African American and Hispanic youth to aspire to be gangsters so they can get locked up in big money under slavery prior prison complex because the 13th Amendment says the criminal act. A white man from Europe who was part of the rock industry said he didn't want to be part of this and he was threatened with guns. They got gangster with him. If he tell he'll be blackballed, worse than Monique said, but she said she get blackballed, she got whiteballed by three niggas with no balls. Okay, Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, and what's the man name? I forgot his name. He's gay. God dog it. I forgot his name. Y'all know what I'm talking about from the Empire. Okay, yeah, him. Okay, Monster Ball and Precious. Okay, um. Right now, I can't think right now, okay, because it's late now. But y'all can put in the comments. You know what I'm talking about, okay? So, point is, this white man said that he was scared, but when he saw the manifestation of the gangster rap, see a bunch of youth that I can see being locked up, being inspired to be gangster, he had to expose something without showing his face. And I do believe that's why. So, you're like, why are you bringing this about Chimping out? I saw a bunch of brothers on the street in Houston, Texas, who've been homeless. Instead of us coming together and trying to find out how to get out of homeless and become millionaires, billionaires, entrepreneurs, we fight each other and they defending the chipping out behavior. And I say it's because, no, I'm not defending that we're monkeys, no. But when you have people who do not know their history, see, I like them who was acting this way individually. I know my history. I know my roots. I'm African American, French, Creole, English, Irish, Scottish, American. A white man's one drop rule is not the gospel to me. I'm my own individual. I know how to get a police officer in trouble for official breaking code 9% to tell the feds on the eyes in DPS, not DPS, department, just DPS for security. We security officers, okay, these security officers talk to be crazy. You gonna get a DPS report against you, okay? You might get your badge removed and your company working for in trouble, okay? Don't fuck with me. So, and I know because the Bible do say people suffer like knowledge. Many of them brothers don't know that. They don't know that. And they call themselves niggas. They are being the prior prison complex puppets. They think acting like an animal is being a black masculine man. Or should I say, in their ideology, a straight masculine black man, when actually it's not. Not having logic. Not thinking before you do. Acting ratchet and calling yourself a nigga, manifesting the prior prison complex, hurting our African American descendant ancestors who went to slavery and called the N word. So when I saw that on the street, I seen it in the hood, I seen it, but you have some type of financial gain. You can choose to not hang with that type of crowd, right? But when you're homeless and don't have financial resources, you kind of forced to live in the situations, you know what I'm saying? So when I would go to the beacon, that helps the homeless, I would see these dudes trying to pick a fight. And it wasn't all, but I would see it, I see amongst each other, like, damn, what's going on? And so when High Rebecca called, said Chimping, I said, no, not towards black skin mates, that was wrong. But I've seen a bunch of fake brothers who think call themselves a nigga is cute. And not being the head of the household, not being a father to your kids, not those are masculine roles. But acting a fool and act like a irrational animal makes you masculine to them. That's like cave beast shit. Before the Europeans knew what civilization was, it took people who are darker to come from the Middle East to teach them this is not how you're supposed to act, how to bathe. Okay, this is some cave beast shit. This is Neanderthal shit. But your head is saying, because the white man see the black man as a savage, you supposed to act that way. That's part of being a man. That's not being a punk. That's not being a faggot. You want y'all go to prison and become The F bomb. You know, make that make sense, y'all. Butt fucking or sucking each other dick for some common sense money. Not everybody, but it goes on. You're not always raping. Even if you rape, why are you raping? Raping is wrong. Why are you doing that with a man? Why are you trying to have answer? Why I can't get no pussy? Tough, tough. But you're looking at somebody to get to make they anal they like come make that make sense. When we come out of prison, oh I'm real nigga. I ain't no thinking like you. You act like a little girl. Cause I don't act masculine in your interpretation. I'm somehow gay. I like women. But why you and why you wanna fight me? I ain't do nothing to you. And then when they spoke that damn kush, which is K2, baby Lord, that's the demon. That's worse than crack. I kid you not, on that wet, the bombing fluid. Yes, they get bombing fluid, stick weed or cigarettes, and smoke that shit. But baby, acting a fool, they want to fight. They take their clothes off. Oh yes, it goes on down in Houston, Texas. So when I saw this, it really I said, why are these brothers thinking that acting like this makes them black male masculine when it doesn't? And they'll realize that they've been bamboozled by the industry to be this way. And it started before hip hop came. It wasn't the true hip hop or Sugar Hill Gang. It was when the NWA came in and Jerry Heller had, fucked them up with no Vaseline. Okay, the white Jewish guy from Cleveland, Ohio, where Bluish Dolls from. Oh Lord. Okay, and also Demario Thornton, which is Raspy. He was born in Cleveland, Ohio. Machine Gun Kelly is lived in Ohio, but he really was born here in Houston. Go look it up. Okay. Yeah, that I did. Well, you don't forget that Ike Tina was mashed by Jerry Heller. What's love got to be real? What's love got to do with it? Thank you? Was he getting the cocaine and putting spells on Ike to beat up Tina? That's what got Easy E killed. Shout out to the Chicago rapper Frost. It's for the Rasa exposing that. Should not have to do with that, but should not and Jerry Heller had the same doctor. Ooh. Paper party TV, paper party TV. Shout out them for exposing that. Yeah, Jerry Heller and should have the same doctor. And Kid Frost, the Chicago rapper, said that they stuck some because he was into entrepreneur, and Jerry Heller had put some eggs. The doctor paid him to put some eggs, blood, and stick the acupuncture needles onto to Easy E so he can die faster and catch HIV. Remember, none of his baby mamas or girlfriends had none of his kids had with the HIV come. He told him to stay away from Jerry Heller. Same Jerry Heller who's managing Ike and Tina, you know, rolling in the river. I would love to find out what he was behind the abuse that Tina went through. Remember, just like Celeste and Aaliyah, Tina was a teenager when she met Ike. The movie didn't tell you that, but do your math. Ike was a grown man. Tina was like 17, 16 years old. Anime book. Yes, y'all. Ooh, he was older. But he was also, just like Ike, R. Kelly, he was a victim of sexual abuse with a woman. Yes. Go read on Wikipedia. A woman in the neighborhood abused Ike, sexual abused Ike. Okay? I'm not justified what he did to Tina, but let me tell you something. You don't get mental health after abuse. This is what happens. Because R. Kelly was abused. Not everybody who's sexual abuse repeat, but there is a scandal of that happening. When you don't get help, then you start doing what happened to you to someone else. We don't need more people to get hurt. But then if you're going into satanic cults, you in the industry, they want you to do that so you can do a sacrifice. Look what happened to Celeste. Thank you. Anyway, so let's get back to the subject with the chimping out. When I saw a bunch of crazy fake bus thinking acting the toxic masculinity shit, I said the same thing because they only know that comes from the Stephen Fletcher and the Bandino, not Bandino, not Bandito. What's it called? They were trying to when it made it say the brute. Okay, it comes from the stereotypes, and they wanted to be brutes so they can be strong and save labor. But they also wanted to be brutes. They can say that the slaves did not have slave men, black men, mixed with too, did not have intelligence, and they were animalistic, and they were not human. Okay, so when you see a brother saying, he a nigga, he tough, and he think, but my question: if you tough, why can't you be tough to fight oppression? Why you gotta fight your own people? Why you gotta commit crime? And it's not all brothers, but when I see this narrative from individuals, you can tell that person that I know the history, the stereotypes, the stuff reflection, the brute and all that. Okay, the Sambos, savages, trying to white race people being savages, but they don't get reprimanded for it, but the African people do, and it's for what I'm saying. But why would you buy into that stereotype when and that's where I said this, because if you are so masculine and tough, then you can beat racism. You can run the country, be the leader of the neighborhood, not to destroy the neighborhood, not be selling dope and poison, and not be killed. But you choose to go the opposite. So when I see these brothers individually doing that bullshit, it is chimping out. But I don't think someone who's not African descended can say that. Someone who's a brother like me and hyper vigor, we're mixed race black people, and so African people are mixed race too. Nobody is purely black unless you come from Africa. But why would you call your black male bloodline nigga? Why would you start being animalistic and not think like a human being? Why are you letting the white supremacists be happy seeing that stereotype and they want to and promote this gangster rap mess so they can get African people, particularly men, and Latinos, particularly the men, locked up to feed while white dudes who are being thugs and chipping out as individuals do not get the same um, punishment. Do you get my point? So when you hear from a brother say, "Hey, stop chimping out," I'm not saying we all chimps. We're not no animals. We're human beings. But you're buying into the white supremacy black inferior complex. That's what the reason why I use that term. Okay? Because somebody called this shit out. I'm sick of it because when I saw this mess, instead of us brothers come together and trying to help each other while we homeless, we want to fight. Not me per se. We want to beat up some. We want to steal from each other. Not me personally. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing this shit and like, what in the world? And when they get on that damn cook, that's why that's everybody hang out in Midtown, downtown, hang out in the muscle. Because when they get on that kush, they start acting a fool. Kush is K2, y'all. Okay? And I'm just saying that that's why we see the stalker don't understand words I use and I have a story behind it. I'm not saying I'm not angry about racial, okay? I don't agree with his narrative. I'm just saying that when I saw this bullshit and I'm like, they thinking that I should equate that. I'm like, no, I'm educated. I read my history. I'm not buying this bullshit because you think it's normal and it makes our white cousins, because we all mix white, where you're like, I'm not happy instead of you proving a point. Why are you calling yourself a nigga? You know what I'm saying? This is the reason why I use the term. I'm not defending the Chud guy, or Ashley Ugly Bendeja Gonzalez, but you making them, even though she's Miss Hispanic and African, she's Mexican. However, you're making people like that, the Chud dude, when they got arrested for causing scenes with African cause, you know what I'm saying? And I'm glad he got arrested. The white guy doing all of it. But you making them look happy and saying you're proving our point. And you got young brothers who are kids trying to be you when it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, you know what I'm saying, somebody has to call this shit out because it's making our image so terrible. Okay? I don't say everybody's chimping out. It's not me. I'm saying that you buy into the narrative. That's the whole point. It's just, instead of going against it, you make white supremacy look terrible by going against this narrative. Me use the word chimping out. It's not saying I'm calling someone a monkey, but you got a bunch of crazy fake brothers out here saying I'm a nigga. I should avoid acting fool as part being a nigga. What? And it's not the kids. It's the grown ass men who someone ought to be my father. Y'all get my point? I kid you not. You see this shit. You got men older than me saying it. I can see dumb Generation X and millennials doing this shit. But these men were born in 1960 when people getting lynched in 50s. So now we see a generation is falling shit. We realize you got racist white folks where they are the Blue Jays, you know what I'm saying, not Gentile or Gentile, okay? And I'm not here being anti-Semitic, okay? But you have those who are Jewish or not, or Gentile, who want to share the white influences of racism about being black, who are using that stereotype to make money off you so people can inspire to be there and be put in prison unless be next slave. Did you realize that? That's why I use that term. Because I don't have to wake a bitch ass up and saying, hey man, stop acting. You know, we all have anger. Every human being has anger issues. It's part of our human nature. But when you start making stereotypical stuff or being black and masculine is being, why they call it toxic masculine? So you want to act a fool without consequences? We call the white ones to act a fool too. Okay? But you know this country focus on us being in trouble so they can make slaves out of us in prison. Why would you want to chip out? Everybody reacts with anger sometimes, but dog, when you make a stereotype of it, it makes it worse for our people. That's what I'm talking about, right? And that's why somebody say, hey, this is chip out and stop acting like the white supremacy want us to act like. You know what I'm saying? It's embarrassing. And we are individuals, but you want to be collective. When you want to be collective, at least be collective telling brothers to stop doing it. You can't bring a harsh wild, but at least say something, make an example of tomorrow. It will inspire someone to change. That's how you make her change, not force to do. You know what I'm saying? Be an example to. So that's why I'm telling y'all right there before anybody starts slandering me about what I say. I will explain the things why I do what I do without being slandered. And like I said, when I said I still see this mess. A brother thinks that you supposed to be in his level and you're not at the same level. He want to disrespect you. It's not. They had this mindset that every so-called black man supposed to act this way. Because I said so-called we're not pure black, but that's what they mindset. You will be hardcore, tofu, and act a fool and call it nah, bro, and call yourself a nigga. Do you see what I'm talking about? And we call yourself nigga manifesting the stereotypes the white supremacists created that they're going against us. That y'all caught, you know what I'm saying? That y'all you need to understand it. And a lot of folks now read the history they was taught at school or from parents. They don't go outside their box and read other stuff. That's why I'm glad that I read the black history that was not told to us in school. Went to the library and then read, and then also launched my multiracial background at age 13, going on 14 back in 93. I'm glad I did that. I'm glad I went to the library downtown as a teenager to read about what I'm going through and what it's, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad. Half y'all don't have that story. Majority. And you think they're acting a fool. But, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not defending Ashley Gonzalez, but you're making her point look correct. You know what I'm saying? She was chimping out that VO too. I'm just saying that that's what we as brothers got called this shit out. You know what I'm saying? Yes, there are dusty brothers, but not everybody's dusty. them bitches from the stupid I'm gonna say ghost spirit. What's called the Vestas sphere. Yeah, but they the one was wanting that brother to be Dusty back in the day. I'll never forget that back in the 90s, 2000s. You wasn't Dusty, you wasn't a real man. You were a real nigga. And then I guess when he slap you in my yo-yo voice, yo rapper, the yo shit, he'll slap you my bottle. If you come knocking my not I smoke you, miss something, you clean my yo okay. Yeah. He'll slap you and beat you. Now why bother? Well, I've got a rap good song, but the thing is y'all chose them damn niggas. The brothers who was not niggas, who was going to school, you said they were square, they were boring, they were trying to be white, they were gay, all those. But when it came to the crazy niggas, y'all the one was singing soldiers standing for me. So what do you expect? And there was not no damn soldiers. Let Beyonce, Carrie Michelle fool you. This, I need a hood, I need a roughneck. This like, you know what I'm saying? You have the right to have your own preference, but you always promoting them roughnecks who don't want to do shit. Now all you say you step and musty ass in bed. Now you want to call Buzz Dusties. No, no, bitches, you chose them dusty ass niggas. I said what I said, my yo. Ain't nobody no, nobody did rape you, so I'm trying to say they didn't change you. But y'all went in the 90s and 2000s, and like I said, it didn't start with the hip hop, it started with a black exploitation film. I'm about to say that. When it was, the black exploitation, they were doing it, and I'm glad that Michelle, I forgot her name, who played in uh, uh, Star Trek. She played the female pimp in Truck Turner. She said it that they did not know they were using those characters to try to make us look terrible. We thinking that it was something to play, but no, they was trying to promote anti-black. They were doing that in black specifically before hip hop and rap. So do y'all get my point? That that's why I use that word champion out. It's not that I'm defending. No, I'm just want people to understand. Anytime some crazy brother comes to you talking about this is how we supposed to act and you not something, they think you talk you crazy, like instead of trying to be a brother to help each other out, you want to sit here and cause a problem when we see a champion out. Okay? I call it like it is, y'all. I'm not gonna sit here and as I said, it shocked me. You got a bunch of brothers on the street, homeless. Instead of us trying to come together and find out how to fight this homeless, how to go and protest against, go do marches, political rallies, you want to say act a fool and fight and cause a fight and beat up somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's not being a brother. That's being a white man's nigga. Okay? So my story different. Okay? I did see a kid how many fake brothers thought that it was so cool to act a fool against each other and try to fight each other. And then you'll go and call you a punk or gay. It's like acting animalistic. And I'm not saying everybody's like that. It's not that I'm not the Thomas Yo or Cynthia G. What I'm saying is that we gotta call this shit out. We can't change a person, but we gotta act in a way because it's being encouraged and look like it's something good. It is not something good to call yourself a nigga and act a fool. They want you to because they had their meeting in prior president meet in Hollywood Hills. Hollywood got a lot of demonic stuff going on. I kid you not. That Hollywood. I'm glad I never went there. No, I don't even want to go there. Then Kid Cudi said that Diddy had a goon breaking his apartment, and Kid Cudi was helping Cassie, and Kid Cudi part Mexican too, just like Cassie part Mexican in Asian, a Filipino. Kid Cudi grandfather was Mexican, right? Yeah. Kid Cudi, yeah, he mixed too. However, Diddy had a goon blow up his car because he was helping Cassie. I mean, come on, not in the hood, in the Hollywood Hills, in the Hollywood Mother Hills. There's a lot of shit going on that thing. They people gonna come out missing. People come out missing in the Hollywood Hills. There's a lot of demonic parties. So and then how we had make a plan to, uh, you know, support progress, complex slavery, and promote gangster rap so you can be the next nigga locked up. I kid you not. Yeah, I think them people are getting paid. Okay, so that's why I talk. I say I'm not here to sit and defend anti-blackness. Okay, but I will call it. But it's anti-black to chimp out though. I tell you that. You can call yourself a nigga and buy into stereotype. It is very anti-black. If you proud of your blackness, because none of us appear black. Okay, what what we look like. We have mixed race ancestry. These show none of us perfect, but show a good image for your blackness, not tainted with stereotypes. Okay, I'm serious. I'm saying. So, Rebecca, let me tell you something. I know why you say that. Okay, you know that not every brother out there champing out, but we got a couple of people who think that's cool, and they've been brainwashed by that dog industry, that satanic industry in Hollywood, so they can put them in slaves. I kid you not. I don't have a record. Hold on, let me go check something out. I don't have a record. But I would love to have records and they be locked up in penitentiary and they think that's all. I'm not bashing people with records who change the reform. I'm talking about the ones who don't want reform. Baby, you bring those who go in out of jail and they don't care about consequences. I'm not making it up, y'all. I'm not making it up. I've met some crazy brothers, not all brothers like this, who think this is wrong. Hold on, my voice. So like I said, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about people acting and saying everybody is champing out. So anybody slandering me like that, need to do your research. What I'm calling out is bad behavior, the toxicity in our community. That not all of us like that, but it's getting normalized to a point that people think this is normal, and this is that everybody is like that. And like I said, we have to call that bullshit out. Okay. Do y'all get my point? That they want us to act a fool so they can put us in prison and we can kill each other off and cause eugenics. That's what they're doing it for. And you gotta call that shit out. Now I'm gonna call shit out if I had to bring up a racist term or mind you what so you get the origin of the term, then you can understand because that's the origin. The origin term is saying every African American per man, a so-called black man, is a brute and have no sense and they're not human, three-fifths of man, and they should be treated like animals or worse. That's where this comes from. This is not about we here saying every African American person chimping. No, but you got some brothers who think that it's okay to act a fool. and normalize the behavior. But then when they watch Color Purple, they want to get offended. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't bash the movie Color Purple or either Precious, but I'm glad they showed the Aunt Jemima. Lee Daniels, Lee Daniels was the other guy that yeah, not my memory coming. Lee Daniels, yeah, I was trying to say earlier, yeah, Lee Daniels. But see, I don't bash Precious. I'm glad that Monique played that role because many times I've seen some of our people slave mentality think this is normal to have a mother who's not nourishing, a mother who's nourished, not to act a fool. And it's not all mothers acting and doing this, but you hear they black mama don't play. That come out of slavery. A slave master trying to teach the man how to raise their kids harsher than we used to being treated harsh on the plantation. People don't know the history. We normalize this shit, not me personally. Okay? So that's the reason why I use that term. Somebody needs to call this shit out, baby. It's making us brothers look terrible. You know, like I said, nobody's perfect. I want to hear about, oh, whatever. I get that. But you got people say, I'm a nigga. I'm a nigga. I'm a nigga. I'm a nigga. And they thinking that's normal. You mean you and you supposed to act like everything is low class. This is not being black. This is, and let me explain something to anybody who have a problem with that. It's a video on YouTube where they talk about the Amos and Andy, and the two brothers that play Amos and Andy say, "Here we are, both black, and a white guy trying to tell me how to act black." A white guy who wants you to act stereotypical and dumb and stupid, have no sense. So these white individuals, okay, because I'm not anti-white, you know what I'm saying? I do not have white ancestry as well, who are racist individuals who are promoting this so they can make money off of our people going to prison and getting killed. Tyler Tupac and Biggie. Y'all get that point? And you thinking that we took I'm not saying we have a devil, but just thinking and acting. Nah, bro. You can call me a sis, but I don't give a damn. Got no damn power, nigga. You just call, yeah, because you call yourself a nigga. You have no sense. You white man nigga. Why would I care about some dumbass, fake ass brother who call himself a nigga, who have lowered himself, who choose to be about to uphold for white supremacy instead of going against it, being a man and going against it? Grab yourself by your bootstraps and have some balls. You want to fight your brother for not being you, your dumb expectation, instead of being a grown ass man and not going about your business. You want to pick at me for not being your expectation, but you ain't gonna go to the Ku Klux Klan house and confront the fake racism. We ain't gonna do that shit. You gonna go protest. You're not gonna try to become a leader of the community. You ain't gonna try to do that shit. You ain't gonna try to, be a good father, be a husband to a woman, not be a baby daddy. You don't, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, everything you feel and you doing with a slave master ancestor we all share with you, like I not wanna see. Instead of trying to give him his nightmare. That's why I use the word chip out. Okay? Because somebody has to call this shit out and has to take a brother. It can't be the sisters. Gotta be a brother. And because Hybrid Vic has a white mama, doesn't matter. We all got some white in us. So we have white grandmas and white great grandpas and grandpa. We not all African descent. Don't care how we look, okay? But somebody, a brother, gotta call it out. At least he's not acting like anger biracial. I don't like him, okay? I'm just saying. Y'all get my point. Because y'all thinking it's normal, but it's prior present owners and record execs who wanted your ass killed and murdered or put in prison to be the next nigga. Because they make a stock market, make each bed or make money each bed when that bed is filled in prison. And you work for free. You work for free, okay? Like a slave in prison, doing chain gangs and shit in the cotton field. Do y'all get my point? Why the white officer is on a horse watch your ass pick that cotton? Do you understand that goes on here in Texas? Yes, it does. They have plantation where they got prison to do it. Yes, they do. So y'all get my point that going to penitentiary. This is the reason why somebody got caught out, and I don't have to deep my voice. Be man, I got a dick, okay? I'm not trying to cut my dick off, but I'm not changing my voice either. I'm my own individual. Be man enough to move on. I'm not gonna be you, okay? You don't like the fact I'm not acting like you, then move on. And what I'm saying about this because you come at me and other brothers who don't like to be that situation. We ain't trying to be the white man's niggas. And we don't have to do all this extraordinary shit for another fucking man. If you don't like the standards that we individuals live by, then be man enough to move on. But you gonna still act a fool and shit. I'm talking about these brothers who do this shit and then try to get violent and then we get the police involved talking about we get a white man. It's sad we gotta get the white well, not every police officer white, but we know the narrative. But the point is you stop acting a fool. This is not right. See, that's what I'm saying. You can't get mad when someone calls it out. That's a fun thing. I gotta say, I ain't trying to dress a stock. I'm just trying to clear my name in this shit because he go around saying, "Oh, he used the word chimp," because we got some dumbass brothers who think that it's normal. Half of the things that the vessels are saying is right, but half is wrong because not every brother is dusty and act violent. And like I said, I didn't get offended by Precious. I'm glad they showed it because I'm not. I'm tired. Yeah, I'm tired of seeing these negative stereotypes and y'all normalize it being black culture. It's not. This is a white racist man's tongue that he manifests and impose our African people to act like, so he can make a mockery. Okay, people have right to live their own day, but don't come harass people. And then if we all homeless, and I'm not doing it, don't try to start on shit. Okay, and talk hostile. We supposed to be if homeless brothers need to stop. I'm not for everybody come together because you can't drink hard drink water. Everybody have their own personality, but I'm just telling you, when you got that going on, if you want to I want you to protest as homeless men and try to get politically involved and trying to help the community so we can prevent homelessness, and also try to go against these landlords who are corrupt, and along with the real estate, and then teach us to have real estate license so we can have our own real estate. You know what I'm saying? Real estate is yeah, have our own house, that's some damn apartment. We can own land, have a 5 acres in the mule, okay? But no, you're not gonna really want to act a fool, fight, sell dope, cause arguments, and then saying it's being black when it's not. Stop calling blackness a negative. Use your black ancestry for negative propaganda, and that's why I call it out. Okay, that's why. Okay, so I want to say that's why I use that term. And I'm not here saying that we monkeys. No, we not monkeys. Okay, I'm not with Charles Darwin. Charles Darwin was a racist too. His cousin was one star eugenics before Marcus Sagner. I forgot his name, but um, my thing is, okay, that's why. Because I'm not normalizing this prior pressing bullshit. Okay? We not niggas. I feel like Lauren Fishburne, but when you call yourself a nigga, you're making a marker of who you are. And you're the white man's nigga. Okay? That's all I gotta say.